and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on. I'm awash with this stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavor show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of...
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're navigating two incredibly pressurized situations that really on the surface seem entirely disconnected.
They really do.
We've got sources detailing the painstaking logistical hurdles of a big wildlife project, and then colliding right alongside that, a very, very tense family dinner.
A high society dinner where all the class prejudice just boils over.
Exactly.
It's a perfect study in friction, really.
Mm-hmm.
Our sources show how anticipation, whether it's for this great conservation triumph or, a family union, can just be instantly stopped by frustration. So we're going to be unpacking these two parallel stories, the delayed beaver release and this disastrous engagement dinner.
And the mission here is to really get into how anticipation meets bureaucracy and how love meets these really deeply entrenched social barriers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start in the field with the Great Beaver Project. Rex and Phoebe, they're just buzzing with excitement.
Oh, completely. The sources describe it as feeling like Christmas Eve. They're waiting for these beavers from Staffordshire, and they're ready to celebrate.
And then, of course, that's when reality hits.
Right. This is where you see that collision between the passion and the regulatory realism. Yeah. So Rex reports back after talking to the inspector.
And the entire focus just lands on one thing.
One structure. The fence by the brook. The very thing that's supposed to guarantee success.
And the news is just a crushing setback, isn't it? And delivered with that sort of bureaucratic dryness.
Totally. The contractor says the fence grills need more reinforcement.
Because they present a potential escape route down the watercourse.
And what's fascinating here is the language they use. The demand is for a belt and braces approach.
I love that phrase.
It's so telling, isn't it? It signifies this insistence on absolute, maybe even excessive security. Not just good enough, but fail-safe for every tiny loophole.
And that's the mindset that forces the delay.
It is. It's an annoying job, as they call it. But it's more than just annoying. It means the beavers are definitely not coming tomorrow.
The whole project is set back a few weeks.
Yeah. And the immediate fallout, it's not just about the beavers. We see the impact on Kate, who's pregnant.
Right. She's immediately disappointed because the timing was just perfect for her before her holiday.
But look how quickly she pivots. That's the key human element here. The logistical delay, it just triggers this deeper personal anxiety. She immediately goes from being disappointed to assuring her mother.
She says, I do still want a life like you did.
Right.
That is just, it's a huge emotional burden to be carrying, isn't it? She's pregnant, her project is delayed, and her first thought is justifying her career choices to her mother.
It suggests she feels this constant unspoken pressure, a pressure that assumes motherhood automatically means sacrificing, ambition or a career.
She's heading off a judgment that hasn't even been made yet.
Exactly. It shows how these external pressures, like a delayed fence, can just make these internal family tensions so much worse.
It's that theme of unspoken judgment sort of running through the background. Let's take that sense of pressure and shift scenes. Let's go to that highly polished dining room.
Right, where George and Amber are meeting Amber's dad, Bill Gordon.
And this dinner is pure theater.
High theater, yeah. Amber is described as extremely anxious, and you get why. She's so worried about making a good first impression on her mother, who isn't even there.
A mother who is characterized as old money with high standards.
The whole atmosphere is just thick with this social anxiety. And George, he tries to reassure her, but he inadvertently highlights the very thing she's worried about.
He points out that she speaks posh.
And that small observation just carries so much weight.
Yeah.
Amber explains she tried to hide her accent at school, but now it's crept back in.
It's a sign that under stress, we revert to our default settings, right?
Absolutely. And for Amber, that default is the very class background she seems to be trying to navigate, or maybe even escape.
And then the main source of anxiety it materializes immediately. The mother is conspicuously absent.
She claimed she had a commitment she couldn't get out of.
Which for Amber is not just a scheduling conflict.
No, not at all. Her reaction is raw. She feels her mother just doesn't think the meeting is important enough. She feels like she's not important enough. In that kind of world where appearances and priorities are everything, an absence like this is a deliberate slight.
And Bill tries to smooth it over, doesn't he? He focuses on ordering drinks.
Red wine for him, sparkling water for Amber.
It's that classic attempt to sort of, impose order on a chaotic emotional scene through ritual.
But it fails instantly. Because then Bill launches his own offensive.
Using the mother's absence almost like a shield.
He does. He immediately critiques Amber's career as an influencer doing online stuff.
Yep.
He calls it a terrible waste.
A terrible waste because she had the grades for university. It's so interesting, that perspective. He measures value not by her success, but by the university path she didn't take.
It just highlights this huge disconnect between that old money idea of prestige and, modern entrepreneurial success. To them, an influencer.
Introducing the Archer's Mug, where elegance meets everyday comfort. Crafted from premium white ceramic, designed with vibrant peekaboo colors inside, simple, modern, and stylish. Start your day the Archer's way, with warmth, familiarity, and the comfort of voices you've come to love. As the stories unfold on the Archers, let this mug become part of your daily ritual, a small reminder of life in Ambridge. Practical for every home, dishwasher and microwave safe. Available in 2 sizes, 11 ounces and 15 ounces, designed to fit your lifestyle. Enjoy your favorite drink in a mug that connects you to Britain's most beloved countryside story, The Archers. For more information and to order your very own The Archers mug, follow the link below and make it part of your daily routine.
It's just trivial.
It lacks institutional prestige.
Exactly. But George is ready for this. He defends her. He's highlighting her success, the sponsorships, her portfolio. He's making it clear this is a real business.
But his defense is really just a temporary distraction because Bill is just getting started.
He is. He reveals the deeper reason for Mrs. Gordon's disapproval and for her not being there. He says she needs a bit more time to come around to the relationship.
Despite the engagement ring on Amber's finger.
Right. And this is the moment where it all cracks open and the real barrier is exposed. It's not about the job.
It's about the person.
It's about George. The core objection is laid bare. George is an ex-con.
And that one word just shifts everything. It moves the barrier from class difference to moral condemnation.
It really does. It means that while the mother might tolerate some social slippage, Bill himself was considered a bit of rough.
Right.
She will not tolerate a criminal history. That carries a lifetime of social stigma.
It's a critical difference, isn't it? Being a bit of rough means you lack pedigree, but that can be polished away with time and money.
Sure. But being an ex-con, that means you broke society's rules.
Yeah.
In their world, that's an indelible mark. It's irreversible no matter how much you've changed.
And George, he handles this bombshell with, I think, remarkable courage. He makes this direct, heartfelt appeal to Bill.
He does. He says he loves Amber. He'll never hurt her. He'll look after her. He isn't arguing about his past. He's arguing for his future character.
He's pleading for his value to be measured by his commitment now. And he asks Bill to pass that message on.
And Bill's promise, she'll be hearing all about this. It gives you this tiny glimmer of hope, maybe.
Maybe. But we find out how the mother really feels because Amber gets that follow-up call.
And the mother doesn't talk to George, doesn't talk to Bill. She goes straight to Amber, questioning her judgment. Are you really sure about this? Him?
That passive aggression is just devastating.
It is. It suggests Amber is being reckless or foolish. And that pressure, it pushes Amber to her own breaking point.
And she weaponizes her mother's own history.
Exactly. She reminds her that she also married a bit of rough Bill and that her grandparents disapproved of him too. She's trying to draw a parallel, You overcame snobbery, so why can't I?
But the mother is ready with the final brutal line that just destroys that argument.
I wasn't an ex-con.
Hmm.
And that line draws the clearest possible distinction. Class prejudice can be overcome. Criminal prejudice in the Gordon family's world cannot.
It's such a powerful moment. If we zoom out now, it's worth contrasting these moments of friction with the different emotional support systems we see in the sources.
The contrast is just
Yeah.
stark. On one side, you have maternal support system A, Kate and Phoebe's mother.
This is proactive, practical, positive reinforcement.
All in. She tells Phoebe, "You're going to make a great mother." And crucially, she admits her own past struggles. She says mothering didn't come naturally to her at first.
Which is a huge admission of vulnerability, isn't it? It just immediately lowers the pressure on her daughter.
And then she backs it up with action. She's arranged cover for her own appointments at Spiritual Home.
Which sounds like a big deal for her.
A huge commitment. And she's doing it specifically so she can stay with Phoebe and Brody until the baby arrives. It's a commitment of time and actual practical care.
And then there's that charming detail about the robin.
Yeah. She sees a robin and interprets it as a messenger from the spirit world, saying that loved ones are near. She's connecting her spiritual world directly to her daughter's experience.
It's this holistic, unconditional support. Now, let's contrast that with maternal support system B,
Amber's mother.
who actively disapproves, questions her intelligence, and tells her bluntly, "You can do so much better."
The message is just one of failure and inadequacy. It's entirely conditional support. It's based on Amber making the socially appropriate choice.
But then George, the ex-con, he provides this counterexample. He talks about his own support system.
He does. He praises his own mother for her thoughtfulness, and he mentions she sent them shepherd's pie.
That detail shepherd's pie, it's so telling. It's simple, comforting, immediate, an act of non-judgmental care.
Exactly. George's mother is providing actual sustenance, while Amber's mother is providing only toxic criticism dressed up as concern. One mother is reinforcing her child's ability to navigate difficulty, and the other is actively trying to dismantle her child's future.
So let's synthesize these two worlds one last time. We started this deep dive talking about unforeseen hurdles and friction points.
On the one hand, you have the challenge of physical logistics. A contractor demands reinforcing a literal fence to contain beavers.
It's a tangible structure. It's annoying, but it can be fixed.
Right. But on the other hand, you have the emotional logistics, the prejudice. The family's disapproval is this invisible fence anchored to these deep social barriers, and that determines the fate of Amber and George's relationship.
So the beaver fence needed more reinforcement to ensure containment.
And the disastrous dinner revealed these deep-seated social barriers that are exponentially harder to repair or to remove.
Which really raises a profound question for you, the listener, to think about.
Yeah.
We see the power of historical factors like old money and a past conviction, that ex-con label.
They're shaping current events in a massive way.
George has clearly done the internal work. He is committed to Amber. He wants a future. But when a past mistake is weaponized like this, when it becomes this impossible fence built by rigid social structures, what long-term impact does that have on his identity?
And his ability to truly build that new stigma-free future with Amber. How much harder is it to overcome a social barrier than a physical one?
That really is the core conflict, isn't it? The battle between personal transformation and this pervasive, enduring social judgment.
A truly challenging question.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into friction, fences, and family expectations.
So, what are you doing now?
Just getting ready for the next episode. Just
And,
moving mics around.
So, what do you do?
I do the spot effects on the arches. Any
Are you what we
movements
call Foley then?
and- kind of. Yep. That's,
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production.
Yep. That's the ball bar. That's.
This one.
Yep. That's.
Haley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now. No. I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline.
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever